Everyone checking in on Bitcoin, Ethereum, BCH, XRP, and XLM. So since we did the video, what was it, 28 hours ago? Not much has changed in terms of where the price was. Bitcoin is just slightly lower than it was. We had the daily inside bar. It broke bearish right after the video was posted. The bear break did not last long. The bulls bought the dip, but the bull follow-through didn't follow through. So we pretty much are right where we stood. The bears still have momentum in their favor. I posted a chart this morning on the 4-hour time frame looking for the potential of a bullish scenario if they could follow through. We had the left shoulder, the head, this would be the right shoulder, and the bulls were going to try and break the lower highs and get over exponential resistance, but they failed. So we had the key resistance right here, healthy consolidation, little bull flag form the higher low. Bulls make their attempt to see continuation. They reject and are unable to break 63.84, and then they fade back down on high bear volume and drop to a lower low. So the only clear support nearby is 62.71, and I'm watching weekly key support of a little higher low, and that was at 6,200. If 6,200 breaks, it shifts the odds that this weekly chart is going to break bearish by a decent little amount. So that's a key level that I'm going to be watching for the rest of the week to see if the bulls can hold 6,200, but otherwise just patiently waiting as the weekly chart continues to tighten up and the short-term momentum is favoring the bears as the bulls could not get any follow-through from that buying of the dip yesterday. Ethereum is in a 4-hour pattern, and we're close to a bear break on the 4-hour equilibrium, but it's currently a double bottom at this point. We have the low. I'm sure that'll change by the time I post this video, but we've got the low, high of the bounce, higher low, which was a double bottom, and actually it was a lower low by 5 cents, but we're calling that a double bottom. Lower high, higher low, lower high, and right now we're at 208. So 208 and 208.01 are our supports. Resistance is 211.22 and 211.03. So we've been within this range for the last day or so, and we're close to a bear break. If we get the bear break of 208, 206.15 is the next level, and pretty much on the weekly time frame, this equilibrium, we're looking for a higher low on the weekly compared to 184.81. We're going to look for a volume spike on this weekly time frame when this pattern does eventually break, and it's likely going to dictate momentum headed into 2019. And we have to see the volume occur with this break. If the break occurs and there's no volume spike, we have to take it with a grain of salt and not really believe it due to the fact that if we do get a clear break, we know volume is going to be behind it on a pattern this tight that's played out for this many months in a row. Same thing for BTC on its longer term weekly pattern as well. BCH, so we've had a lot of back and forth, fundamentally a lot of drama going on over here in BCH with all the forks and the fork of the fork. So right now, what we're watching is the clear pullback, significant pullback, and we're looking for a daily higher low. We need a clear trend change on the 4-hour time frame at this point in order for us to be confident that the daily higher low has been established. So we need a higher low on the 4-hour compared to 495, and then we need a bull break over 510.73 in order to see continuation, change the 4-hour trend, and then we'll be confident the daily higher low has been established. At that point, we will then look for a daily lower high to form somewhere around 580 or so, very roughly, to be looking for the equilibrium to play out on this daily time frame. One thing, if you are short, be careful, because this is the shorts extremely cocky and increasing 65% over the last 2 days. So you know that if we see a bull move on BCH and get over 560, we're going to have 40,000 plus shorts in the red on BCH. So just be aware, if I were short right now on BCH, I'd be comfortable with the trend in my favor. I would be very nervous and very cautious because of how many shorts there are, knowing that if the bulls do show up quickly, very quickly, we're going to see shorts having to cover, and that could magnify itself into a short squeeze. So I would definitely be using stop levels or looking to protect that trade no matter what. And as far as the, let's see, the weekly time frame for BCH, still looking for a higher low to form compared to 406, and we'll see how all this drama ends up playing out in terms of what's going to be the end result once this fork goes through. XRP standing out on the daily time frame the last 4 days, significant bullish movement, and you can see nobody else the last 4 days, none of the major names, have seen significant strength like this. So we established the low on the daily, we held support of 4935, 495, 497, got the bull break, and now we're looking for a lower high compared to 57 to give us a daily equilibrium. If we form that lower high and then look to pull back, we'll look for a higher low and a tightening range potentially for the rest of the week. So losing the hourly uptrend would be a first indication that potentially the daily lower high has been established. So 5225 is support, and we're looking up at resistance of 533 and 535 on this current hourly consolidation. And to wrap it up with XLM, another name that stands out bullish, the daily bull flag confirmed. We're now seeing consolidation and a bearish reversal candlestick on the daily. So looking at the 4-hour time frame, there's the potential setup here for a head and shoulders pattern. I'd be watching for a potential bearish entry with our left shoulder, head, and then we see this bounce, form a right shoulder, and then fade back down and break 2694 support. That's going to confirm the loss of the 4-hour uptrend, and daily consolidation will then occur as the bulls look to form a higher daily level compared to 25. So that head and shoulders pattern is standing out to me right now, and we can look for that right shoulder to be likely to form because the size of the pullback from the high to the low is so significant. If that pullback only lasted 1 or 2 candlesticks, we could absolutely see continuation, but because we pulled back for these 4 candlesticks for this long, the odds of just seeing a V-shaped continuation move are a lot less likely than the odds of seeing that lower high. So keep an eye out for a 4-hour bounce with some follow through, a lower high, and a potential bearish entry to lose that 4-hour uptrend. So overall in the space, Bitcoin is still weak in the short term. ETH, 4-hour equilibrium, testing support. BCH, extremely high shorts, looking for a daily higher low to be established sooner rather than later. XRP, 4-hour uptrend, but potential head and shoulders pattern to be watching with a lower high on that shoulder. Or I should say that's XLM. And XRP, looking for the lower high compared to 57 to stay in a daily equilibrium. So I appreciate you watching. Appreciate everybody's concern, noting my demeanor and energy levels. Did the video yesterday first thing after I woke up. I assure you I'm fine. Some people were concerned about perhaps I was unhappy, but in the end, it was just the video at 8 in the morning as opposed to 2 in the afternoon when I've already been doing stocks for 4 hours during the day. So that's all the difference is there. And here at the end of the day, end of the video, we've got a hike in Max Patch, North Carolina in the western North Carolina mountains, and wrapped it up with a trip to Hot Springs, North Carolina, where they've got hot spring water that they funnel into hot tubs. So I appreciate you watching. A lot of merchandise being bought for the Do Good Things movement. So we're compiling those funds. We've been making some donations ourselves via Bitcoin into that wallet where we're going to be compiling all those funds, and then looking forward to perhaps Q2 2019. We'll put out some votes in terms of what we're going to do with the first batch of funds that we do raise together. So thanks again for all the support. Hanging in there, waiting for the weekly trends to change. The market is extremely weak today, trying to bounce. The dollar is extremely strong 4 days in a row. The dollar is hitting 1 and a year half plus highs. So a lot of people in cryptocurrency are watching for currency weaknesses, and we're just not seeing it. So yes, fundamentals are important, but if we're not seeing it on the chart, you can think, the market is the biggest scam and it's being held up by quantitative easing and the Fed printing money out of thin air. That may all be true, but as long as the price keeps going up, that is all that matters. Price action is always king, regardless if you think if the dollar is going to collapse or not. As long as it keeps going higher, there is no incentive for a rush into cryptocurrency as a hedge against currencies. So just keep that in mind. If you are in the cryptocurrency space, and you are looking to fundamentals, you absolutely should be watching what the dollar is doing, but it's really strong right now. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that forever, and we'll see you tomorrow for the next video. Do some good things. See you soon.